Welcome to the Underground. Tonight, we enter the mind of a master. Interview with a lockpicker starts now.
This is Into the Shadows with Mr. Inferno, the man, the myth, the legend.
Hell yeah, bro.
And let's pick a lock sporter turned locksmith turned a legend in our sport here. Let's pick his brain a little bit.
What you got?
What we got into it a little bit about you went through all the company's picks, and you basically said that it was all in who was holding the pick. But what is what is the one pick brand or homemade, or what is you're always the one that you end up going back to? I still always go back to a certain pick every once in a while when I get frustrated or when I haven't picked in a while and I want to get like some momentum going back again.
It depends on what I'm picking.
Yeah.
If it's like something standard, like if it's a standard cylinder, like I don't like the terms medium security, low security, high security, because there's really no such thing as any of the above. There's different standards of cylinders, but I picking standard cylinders, the grade threes, like Quickset, Schlage, and whatnot. I'll use like your regulars, like Jimmy Longs or Forward Instruments. The dog legs work great. Those things are freaking epic zipping picks. Everyone says the McTickler, but no, I don't think so. The dog leg's where it's at on that for zipping.
Yeah, I love the dog leg, and not just because I helped Greyhound out with with them. They're some of my go-to picks for sure. I love them.
Well, let's take a look at what I bring into the field with me every day.
Yeah, I love that case. I love that case. It's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, me too, man. This thing is great. I use these those 2-in-1 turners, the offset tensioners from Covert Instruments. They're actually really nice. I really like them. I also like the multi-pick and the multi-pick tensioners and the Southern Specialty tensioners. They're really nice as well. They're also my go-tos as well. You got your standard bypasses. I got Sparrows in my pick case. I've got Gozo.
Oh, look at that old guy.
Good old Chinesium.
Yeah.
And I got my Jimmy Longs. I did get myself a set of whatchamacallits, oh damn, I can't even remember what it's called. That set the McTickler was in. What was that again?
Oh, that was the Reaper.
The Reaper set, yeah. Well, every single one of them broke within a week because apparently the set I got, the steel wasn't exactly that good a quality, because as soon as I put any pressure on it at all, it just folded over and stayed. It was like it was mild steel. It was weird.
Huh.
but I turned them all into quick fits, changing tools. So that worked out.
Huh. Weird. Yeah, I had
Yeah. My
the Reaper
my
set.
Genesis set work my Genesis set and my, F&G set work great. Don't get me wrong, this the those picks are nice, and I keep them in my drawer right here next to me. But but as far as the as the Reaper set, it just something went wrong.
Yeah, sometimes you get
I mean,
a bad roll of steel.
yeah, and I like my bare bones. Bare bones is nice and comfortable as well. Then you got your multi-pick. Um, let's see, my dog legs, uh, Southern Specialties. Yep. Let's see here. Which one is this? Yeah, there's the McTickler.
I liked that
Like I
set.
said, man.
I liked that set,
Yeah, it just didn't last at all.
but I stabbed myself in the thumb and got mad at it. And then I knew somebody that was hurting for some a good pick set, so I gifted it away, and I've been gonna go back and get it because I do love the Turners and stuff too. But
Yeah. And then you got the Mokies.
oh, I need those.
Gotta
So
love these. Those are freaking awesome. I use these for like Moslers
yeah,
for die bolt and Mosler locks, the safety deposit boxes.
yeah,
I use them to do that. I mean, like I said, I use all the different brands, all of them,
so do I.
because they all have their own unique little purpose.
Yep.
I'm not prejudicial towards anything. I mean, certain makes and models, yes, I'm very prejudicial towards certain makes and models, but brand wise, they all make good picks.
Yep. I'd have to agree. What is your everyday carry? Do you have anything that like I carry a certain set that's just in my pocket all the time? Is there anything like
That's
that?
it.
Just that? I love those cases, man.
This is my EDC. This is my EDC. This goes in my back pocket.
Nice.
Yeah, I carry four Jimmy Long's uh, rakes and short hooks, four of each. Um, Mainly because they're the only ones strong enough to be able to withstand the abuse of a weathered or broken lock without just completely destroying the pick.
Yep.
Um, I'm not going to bring my Rob Lawns with me out in the field. Hell no. That's just slap me if I ever do that.
All right.
And I always bring this with me into the field. This is probably the strongest pick I own. It's 30 thousandths, and it will absolutely demolish a freaking. This is what I broke the record with the pack lock with.
Nice.
And the reason why I broke the record with the pack lock with this is because I forced the pins to the shear line. With the pack lock, the serrations and the pins are so shallow you can just shove it right past the freaking to the set,
Yeah.
and you can put medium to heavy tension on it.
Yep. Tension is the most important thing. I try to tell everybody that when they're struggling with stuff, it's tension is number one.
Oh, absolutely.
What was the lock that once you got into picking, did you have like a milestone lock that you wanted to get through that like Mount Rushmore of locks you wanted to pick or anything like that?
I'm actually working on that now. Let me grab it for you right quick. This sumbitch right here is the bane of my existence.
Oh yeah,
This is the Ace of Twin V10.
with barrels and
Yep.
is that barrels
And
of
no, that's
Christmas
not
trees?
that's actually grease. This I pulled out of a McDonald's. Can you believe it? McDonald's has a freaking Ace of V10.
Jeez.
Yep. That's burger grease. I've flushed this thing out I don't know how many times, and it's still nasty. It's hard as hell to pick too.
Yeah.
The uh, the top pins, you got to float pick the whole top, and then once you get that down, then you got. I've opened it 3 times total, but never on purpose. Never with intent. It was always just messing around with it, and then it finally opened, kind of deal. Um, and all 3 times it took me over 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
It's the sidebar is very difficult to set because it's serrated sliders, like, and they're serrated like barrel spools. And it's just, oh
Man, I haven't
yeah.
picked one of those. I had a Ace 700 I was working on, and I think I let somebody borrow it. I can't remember who. I don't know where it went
Hmm.
when I moved. So now I'm down to Asa. But
I'm also working on an ASA 600, the one with the with gins.
yeah, the gins.
Yep, that one I can get that one open in about 5 minutes, but I'm trying to get it down under a minute.
Yeah,
That's when I think it's worthy of posting, because I'm not trying to put up there things that I'm not trying to crowd everybody's stuff, you know. I,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, people are doing amazing things with 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, etc. But nobody's going to tolerate any of my videos for more than a minute. I may as well try to get it under a minute and then just get it blasted out.
yeah.
And you got your moguls.
Wow.
See the size of that son of a bitch?
Yeah, I love Medicos. They're my favorite.
Yeah, but dude, this is a mortise right here.
Yeah,
It's
that's a hunk of
huge.
that's a hunk of brass
It's not brass, dude.
or
This is anodized hardened steel.
oh yeah.
Yep. Um, I got another version of it that looks more like what it actually is.
Oh yeah, I remember when you got that off that guy's door.
Yep. Somebody's house.
Yeah, that was a interesting story.
Yeah.
That's a man, I need one of those. Um,
And then you got your okay. A lot of people don't know what the difference between grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3 is.
yeah,
I'm
let
going
me
to show you.
yeah, let people know. It's a very interesting thing to learn.
Okay. Grade 3 is residential grade. Your standard quick set residential. No, okay. This little dinky thing. It weighs about maybe 10 ounces total. It's light.
Yep, it's all hollow.
Yep. Now you go to grade 2. This is a Dexter.
It's shielded.
And it's still hollow. It's still hollow steel though, but it's steel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, now then you go to grade 1. This thing, this monstrosity here is about 5 pounds.
You could rob a liquor store with it.
Dude, you could stop a police cruiser with one of these. I'm dead serious, dude. This thing is massively heavy. It is. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Uh, now we go to deadbolts. Let's see, where did I put that son? Okay, here is a grade 3 residential. Quick set, standard type, hollow, brass, with a little grommet in there for the for security purposes. I mean, it's neat, but it's not really effective. Then you go to grade 2, also quick set, Titan. Heavier. It's still brass on the outside, but steel inserts on the inside. And then your grade 1, also known as UL 437, which is bulletproof pretty much. It's solid steel. And this sucker weighs about 2 pounds right here.
Yep, it's hefty.
It's heavy.
And what is the
Um,
see if you were to advise somebody on putting, a deadbolt and shit on their house, what would you recommend, knowing what you know now as a locksmith? And because everybody just runs down to Home Depot and gets the Defiant locks, and what would you recommend?
okay, here's where everyone's gonna hate me. Here's where every freaking locksmith out there is gonna hate me. A Defiant is more pick resistant than a Schlage, than a Yale, than than Kwikset brand lock. I mean, Defiant is actually pretty good now. I cracked open a Defiant not too long ago, and it had barrel spools in it.
I did too.
I mean, I did not expect that. They're actually using real security pins in there.
Yep.
And they're cheap $20 lock sets. And it's just like they actually are trying to do something. Meanwhile, Kwikset's using the same bull crap they've been using for the last 50 years.
Yep. It's literally the exact same.
It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Schlage, same crap as it's always been. And they're in but the thing is their hardware is getting to the point where it's so over engineered, you sneeze on it wrong, it's gonna malfunction. But then you get into again, it all matters on how much money you wanna spend on it, because you got M-Tech. You're looking at $400 to $500 for a lock set, okay? M-Tech uses a Kwikset Smart Key core. I know. It's crap. And they're so over engineered. Every one of those things are at least like 50 parts for a freaking for a residential knob. You're looking at a 50-part assembly. And it comes in pieces. And you have to assemble it onto the door.
And
And then you got brands like Baldwin. Baldwin, I recommend. I seriously recommend it if you got the money, because you're looking at $1,200 for a lock set. But I guarantee you, this C keyway, Schlage C keyway, right there on it, is 100 times more difficult to pick because its tolerances are so freaking tight. It's insane than any Schlage brand lock you'll ever find.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this thing is unreal. It is actually it's harder to pick than a Sergeant.
Yep. I agree with you.
It's impressive.
Baldwin
It
is
is
no joke.
genuinely impressive. But and you got Medico. I mean, Medico, yeah, it's a good lock and everything. But here's the deal. There's a downside of Medico. If you lose that key, you ain't getting another one.
You are
Yep. You lose that key, you're paying $200 for one copy
yep.
from and that's if you still have the card that comes with the cylinders. That card is the only way that they can look up your key because there are so many restricted keyways for Medico and nobody has them.
Yep. And
I
they
mean, nobody has them.
and they made them so that you had to buy a special key cutting machine for each, you know.
Yep. Well, it's not for each. It's a special design. It's a 23 degree cut,
Yeah.
left and right and center, and an HPC machine will cut it no problem. But the uh, the downside is you you have to make adjustments when you're cutting that key. You need the lock in hand in order to really cut that key. Um, because the cards are not completely accurate. You got to go a little bit this way or a little bit that way with it, and it just makes it where you cut the depth, then you check it on the key. And then you cut the next depth and you check it on the key. Sometimes you got to go a little more. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you cut too deep and you got to restart all over again,
Yeah.
even though you cut right to the mark. It's just it is what it is. Dealing with medicos are a pain in the ass.
Yep.
At least the locksmith side of it. Picking them is fun.
Yeah.
They're not too terrible for picking. But I mean, it's it is what it is. Then you got restricted series locks like the MX, the MX series. They have these those steel spools, the ones that are really really thin in the middle.
Yep.
They're nasty. They're actually pretty good. I don't know why the LPU doesn't even recognize them, but probably because they're restricted keyways, and it takes an act of Congress to get one. And then you got, of course, the legendary
Yeah. I still
Primus.
haven't done a Primus or a Everest.
And you got Cabo Peaks. It's actually a steel body on there.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then let's see here. Everest.
Yeah.
And of course you got the wall behind you, behind here.
And then my favorite too, the Corbin M Hearts. Oh,
Yep. I got plenty of them. I'm keying them up for the people who've helped me out. Check this out, dude.
nice.
The MTL 600.
Is that got the magnetic interactive element, or is it just an interactive?
It it's not magnetic, but it definitely is interactive.
I love. I say I love everyone, but my tops are Medicos, Multilocks, and M Hearts. And I think it's funny, like some people just have like a locks number, you know, like certain people can
I've
really
been
pick.
trying I've been trying to figure out what the hell this thing is.
Oh, that's is that a Dom or the so you got sliders, dimples, and it's kind of like the
And
duo.
and a pin tumbler.
Yep. It's like
It's a
a
pin tumbler, a slider, double slider. There's 2 profiles there,
yep. It's just like the
and
duo.
a dimple.
That is so awesome.
It's a dimple lock, dude. Well, at least dimple style. It's sick.
That is awesome.
So much going on in that, man.
Yep.
And I mean, you got the MCMs. This right here, I hate this one. I hate it, hate it, hate it.
Everybody says that. I don't mind those. They're
This
just
one isn't what you've seen. This one isn't the ones you've got.
oh,
This is a Fire King.
never mind.
This is the Fire King version. This has the fully loaded security pins. It has 6 pips per pin, and
Yep.
only one of them's the true gate.
Yep.
And it's oh my god. It takes me on average about 45 minutes to pick this open, and I have to pick these open at work. And I'll tell you what, after dealing with that, I have to dip my hand in ice
Oh yeah, I've
because
done that.
I'm hurting. I am hurting after that.
How do you feel about van locks?
Van locks?
They're another one of
I
my
don't know yet.
favorites.
I haven't had one yet.
No,
Nope.
I like those. I like the key to them. I'm obsessed with the keys.
Now
Well,
the Mindies are pretty neat.
yeah, those are those.
I'm not talking about the telescopic key ones. I'm talking about the hourglass keys, the sidewinders.
Yeah,
That's an interesting pick. I like them.
I haven't picked one
Um,
yet.
it's I can get it open. I can get one open in about 10 to 15 seconds.
What about
You can't overset
the fuck? I'm not gonna be able to remember the name of it. We'll move on to something else. What like I had like the locks. I was like, I felt like I had made it to a point in my lock picking when I got in my head that it was if I could pick the American 1100, that was my first goal. The next
Yeah.
one was a multi-lock and a Medico. And I thought if I could just pick those, and I've went way beyond those, but those were still my goals, and I still love them. Do you have any of those that you were like, holy shit, I gotta get one of those? Um, that you still just,
Um, right now, I'm after a Corbin Pyramid. I want one so bad. I need to have one just for the collection. I've got every other version of Corbin. I have it. I have Empire. I have the Master Ring. I have the Corbin Complete. That's an interesting IC core. I'll tell you what. It's basic. Corbin Complete is basically it's the Cormax version of a Corbin.
yeah,
So oh, after you pick it, you have to push the cylinder in, and then you can turn it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a monster. I hate it. American Lock took me was probably one of the ones that took me the absolute longest to learn how to pick. I will say that. It was it was definitely one of it was my it was my white whale
yeah,
for a very long, and it just what it boiled down to is I had to just completely discard everything I had learned about lock picking up to that point and just completely start from scratch on that lock because it is its own animal. It doesn't pick like anything else, and it will not pick like anything else. It is its own entity all by itself. But once you learn how to pick it, you pretty much can pick them all. But you have to take down the principles. You have to discard, flush everything else you know about lock picking out of your mind when you're picking those.
yeah,
They don't they don't set like any other pins. They don't they have a completely different style of everything. The tensioning is completely different.
yeah.
The how you press on the pins is completely different from every other lock out there. It's just and then at work, I got to be able to practice with a you know those push mail carts?
Yeah,
Those like a giant mail basket thing?
yeah.
Well, that we had one at work that was full of discarded American locks. My boss didn't wanna throw them away even though they were building up after 30 years, 50 years, because that's how long the shop's been open.
Jeez.
But, basically, yeah, it was overflowing with American locks that he didn't wanna throw away because he swore up and down he could make money off of them, but nobody could get them open.
Are you
Guess
serious?
what my first job Guess what my first job was? Picking open all 300 of those American locks.
Oh, that'd be a fucking blast.
Yeah, you could say that, but you didn't have to deal with that mess.
Oh no, I'm talking
These
on the
things were
ones.
these things were weathered to shit. Half the springs are dead. I mean, some of them were even missing some springs.
Yeah, they
I
disintegrate.
mean, dude, by the time I got through with that, I'm a master of American lock. Like, I can pick any American lock I want. Just hand it to me, I'll get it open.
I can get them.
It's
I have some just give me a hard time, and then I'll get it, and I'll get it real easy for a while. I'll set that particular one to the side, then I'll pick it back up again later, and I'll struggle with it again. I have a love hate
yeah,
relationship with them for new pickers and stuff. My recommendation would be the 6835, my favorite. Um, it's I think you learn more from that one than you do an American because the Americans are just too um it's a flip of a coin.
Now, you know what I just said about American locks.
Yeah,
I can pick them with ease, right?
yeah.
These ones are almost impossible.
Are they master keyed?
Nope.
Oh, the bidding. That deep.
Oh, not just the bidding. Not just the bidding.
Damn.
These are the American Inferno. These are challenge locks that I made, specifically designed to give lock pickers aneurysms.
Oh, it's giving me an aneurysm looking at the fucking bidding.
Oh, dude.
Because that looks like a whole lot of I don't want to fucking do it.
Remember that? Were you there the day that Lady Locks cracked open the first one?
Yeah.
That was 5 hours of her cussing my name.
Yep.
It was beautiful. It brought a tear to my eye.
And when she got it, she was like, oh my God.
Well, the thing is she didn't get any of these three open. These three are the ones that were actually the challenge. The two that she got open on camera that day were the ones one was the 1100S, which is a M1 keyway,
Mm-hmm.
a Master Lock M1 keyway with 4 pins. That's one of them. One of the ones she got open, and the other one was the standard keyway with rattlesnake pins. That one I got to give her credit for, though. That was neat.
Yeah.
These, on the other hand, okay, you know what a American Lock keyway looks like, right?
Yeah. Nice.
That's not an American Lock keyway, is it?
No.
This is a restricted keyway. This is another restricted keyway. This is another restricted keyway. These are the keyways that you guys don't get to find because my shop owns these keyways.
That's crazy.
Yep. These specific keyways, these are R2, R7, and R8.
Yeah,
These are
you're never
not the
gonna
AM,
find it.
the APC keyways. The
Yeah.
APC is American Padlock core. That is the standard American core, which is that bugger right there.
Yeah.
But these here, these are not that. These are something else entirely. You can't, you have to really figure out how to pick it because you can't pick it the same way you pick a regular one. The shape of the keyway is so completely different, and it's tapered instead of the rigid lines,
Yeah.
which makes the tensioner slip out so fucking easy. It's ridiculous. It's a migraine just trying to position the tensioner in it. And also with these ones, I intentionally sabotaged the locks. I am basically giving everybody a taste of what I have to deal with every day. Okay. What's wrong with this picture?
That looks like You probably got a pin stuck, or fucking spring is caught in there. Dead core.
Nope. There's no spring. There's no shackle spring.
Yeah, dead core.
Some I've crushed some of the springs. I've cut some of the springs in half. I've stretched out some of the springs. Um, I've filed the tops of some of the plugs a little bit. I've put counter milling in some of them. I've tapped some of them. I've put over milling in them. I've done you name it, I've done it. But the thing is with these, there are no custom pins. Not one.
Nice.
Everything is a modification to the lock itself, not to the pins. The pins are standard American lock pins. But what I did to the cores, what I did to the plug, what I did to the Bible, what I did to all that stuff, it's gonna cause some problems. A lot of problems. I even put a little bit of dirt in some of them. One of them has graphite in it. Have fun.
Oh yeah, I had a.
Graphite followed by oil.
Oh god. So you made goo.
Yep,
I
yep,
had this American round body, the I think it was a 700, that I dug out of. I was on a. They tore down a building. I don't know how long it was there. It was obviously manufactured. It ended up being a Junk Brothers, you know,
yeah,
version. So it was what, 70s, 80s, maybe. And dude, it was buried in a pile of dirt. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, holy shit, is that a lock under there? And I dug it out. It took me over a year of flushing that thing out, picking at it, flushing it. I I took it to the car wash and put that fucking high pressure just to try to get the goo out. Soaked it in oil, and I finally ended up getting it open. And I obviously had to change out the core because the springs had just literally disintegrated away, and the pins had like fused themselves to the inside of the
yep. It's like concrete.
yeah. I had pins that would not move for years, and
Yeah.
I ended up finally getting it. And boy, was I happy. That was one I never gave up on that one. I'd pick at it a little at a time, and it honest to God, it took me probably a year. I'd pick at it quite heavily for a while, soak it in some oil, fucking mess with it, and then one day it
Yeah.
finally popped. I was like, yes, that was one of my greatest
Oh, man.
triumphs.
Yeah. I still have that lock of yours, dude. That IC core padlock. I still got to get that to you.
Shit, I forgot about that.
I haven't.
Sweet.
Yeah, on me. I'm going to get it to you. And you remember how you say I have big hands and shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody knows these kind of picks, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna break it.
I don't know how you do anything with those meat hooks.
Very carefully in a lot of practice.
I remember when I was a kid growing up. Um, I'm obviously the smallest out of my family, and you know, and I'm not a big guy, I'm pro, I'm about 5'10", and I'm not built big. I'm not big boned or anything like that. I couldn't put a hell of a lot of muscle on. It's just not my body style. Oh, nice. And
Yeah, I made you a control key.
sweet, thank you. But I got little tiny baby hands, and so I always was a guy that had to fucking cram his arms and hands down in the engine bay to get bolts started and everything.
Yep. That's how I was. I was the skinny guy, the skinny kid. So my dad, my when I was working with my dad doing security systems and stuff and fire alarm systems, he'd be holding me by my ankles and shoving me down the duct.
Yeah.
Because I was the only one that fit.
What would you, as a locksmith, and my personal opinion on it, uh, I don't think there's a lot of that I know of. There isn't a whole terrible amount of people that are, criminals that are out there picking stuff because in my opinion it's just a skill that people who usually most try to steal shit, it's a get in, get out, let's see if we can get $20 for a rock, the,
Right.
the vast majority of the time. So how how important would you say pick resistance is compared to just
Depends on the value of what you're. It's determined by the value of what you have in there. The higher the value, the more skilled of a person you're going to attract. Um, or a regular house break-in, you're looking at a brick. If you're looking at storage containers, yeah, you're going to want to look at pick resistance because the only way to get in is picking it because the shackle is completely covered with a shroud.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, it's things like that. You if you got a multi-million dollar thing, you're gonna attract some very high skilled people. But if you're not looking at if you're looking at like trying to guard your garden gnome collection, yeah, you don't exactly need a fucking Medico.
Yeah.
You don't exactly need a UL 437. You don't need a Kaba Peaks. You don't need a well, maybe in Lady Locke's sake, she would probably put a freaking Asa on there, but she loves her garden gnomes. Um, but yeah,
And
it all depends on the value of what you're containing, because if what you're containing is high enough value, you're gonna have a higher caliber person going after it.
yep, I agree with that. And you know,
And in the majority of the cases, though, a person who has put as much effort as you and I or any of the other guys in the community into learning this skill, they're not going to want to blow it all on a 10-second spoof that's going to land them 10 years.
yeah, or a bullet to the forehead.
Exactly.
And I don't understand the people that we get them every once in a while in chats and stuff where they're like, "Wow, you're just showing people how to break into it." Buddy, it took me years, decades, hours and hours and hours to be good at this, you know?
Yep.
And I'm good at it in a more of a what would you call it, a sport type fashion, as opposed to out there
Yep.
in the dark holding a fucking flashlight and it's raining and you're nervous because is somebody coming home, did somebody see me, type of thing.
Right. I
And
learned on a Lovelock fence.
man, I wish I had one of them around here. I'm gonna come
I
down.
and I was on a construction crew, and one of our jobs was one of our lingering jobs, the ones that we can nibble at every once in a while to get done, was taking bolt cutters to the freaking locks on the fence. The city was paying us for it,
Yeah.
and instead of doing that, I I'm like, I had just gotten my first set of lock picks like a few months before that, hadn't even used them yet. And you know what? I decided, you know what? Maybe this is a good time to practice. And I would spend 8, 10, 12 hours a day on that fence. And literally 7 days a week, 8 to 12 hours a day, just practicing, 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 practicing. And that's how much I practice. I practice a minimum of 8 hours a day, which is what sets me apart from a lot of people. It's that's why I learned so fast. It's not that I learned any faster than anybody else. I just crunched it all my practice time into clusters.
Yep. That's what I did.
I put in just as many hours as you have.
Oh yeah.
That's the difference. The only difference is the reason why I learned so quickly. No, I didn't really learn that quickly. It took a lot of hours.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize how many hours we put into this. Um,
Yeah.
when over the years, I had life got in the way, kids and stuff like that. But when I retired and really sat down, and I would sit there and pick 8, 10, 12, 16 hours when I was not making the best life decisions. I'd sit there for like 24 hours and fucking just pick all fucking day and night. And, you know,
Yeah.
I think uh, to be in this sport and be in this community, you have to have some kind of obsessive desire to not let something beat you, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And I think I find that, like you just said, it looked like you learned it fast, but no, you put in the hours.
Yep.
I would sit there. I got lock picks in my car and locks. I would put them in the passenger seat, and if I got to a red light, I'd see how many I could pick in between the red light and the green light without even looking at it,
Yep.
you know?
Hmm.
I think that sets
Speaking
us
of those
up.
M hearts that you were talking about earlier,
Yeah. Oh, I love them.
I'm working on them.
They're so awesome. I love them. Those are the locks. I have their number. They're a difficult lock, but I have their number. You know?
Yep. I remember. I'm the one who pinned yours up.
Yeah.
And buddy, I did not make it easy for you. I actually gave you a little bit of little fucked up bidding there.
Yep. But that's like I said, some people just have a certain locks number. I always wanted to
Yep.
I had a goal at one point to be able to pick 1100s faster than like lock picking lure. Jesus. That is freaking awesome looking. I like that. Um but M Hearts and Medicos, those are I like that a lot. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's the 30 millimeter.
I have that same table. Why you gotta be a
Cool.
copycat?
I pulled it out of a dumpster.
So did I. I guess the original owners never liked them. That is
I guess not.
that's man, I really like that.
I like the way it just sits.
I do too. It's almost like a belt, or I want
Yep.
to make something out of it.
Hmm. Then you got these bastards over here.
Oh yeah. What would you say the for people who wouldn't, are looking for a good padlock, you know, what would be your one, two, and three of padlocks that you would trust for?
Um, the Abus with the 8340s, the
Yeah.
8345s. This the steel version of them, the hardened steel version.
Yeah.
Uh, the ones that use a kick cylinder. Those ones I would recommend. And you're talking about for securing your goods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones that you can put your own kick cylinder into them.
Hmm.
And probably let's see, drop one of these some bitches in there.
I got to get a Primus.
Let's see. Because you can put pretty much any key you want, any core you want in those things.
Yeah.
I got one with a primer in it. I got one of the Master Lock Pro Series hardened steel body ones with a Primus core. That's what locks up my shed. Um, ain't nobody picking that fucker open for multiple reasons, and no, I'm not going to tell you why.
You know,
Even if you found the key, you're not getting it open.
oh yeah, I do the same kind of shit to my important locks and like my motorcycle. You ain't gonna figure out how to start that fucker.
Well, the thing is, dude, I changed the actuator. I switched out the actuator on it.
Yeah.
So it's got the wrong actuator for it, but it's the right size. So it doesn't exactly do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, you got to
So
know
you
the
have,
trick.
and it has to be, you have to know the exact degree to turn the key in the right direction, no less. Otherwise, you jam up the lock.
Yeah.
The key gets stuck. You will not turn anymore. You will not open the lock. There's only one way to open it, and that's it. And I've had to take it apart several times because I fucked up.
You know, I tell you what, taking apart some of these high security locks are so tedious, and it stresses me out so bad. It's one of the only things I don't like doing because of my hands and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, and with like your house and your locks and stuff, in my opinion, and tell me if I'm wrong, I wouldn't be so much worried about the the pick resistance and the level of the of the deadbolt and the doorknob, to me, it would be more of the door jamb and the door plate, you know, holding it in because,
Yep.
you know, I was a criminal, but I had some type of code. I didn't break into people's houses. It never crossed my mind. I realized it a few years ago. I was like, I'm a really good lock picker and shit like that, and I never went and broke into anybody's shit and tried to steal it. It never crossed my mind, because I just
Yeah.
wasn't that type of guy. But if I was going to, I'd just boot your door. I wouldn't waste
Yep.
time on the lock.
Medicine cabinets,
Oh yeah,
medicine cabinet locks. I took these out of a doctor's office. These locked up the medicines.
nice. They ain't
And
even
it's kind of
medicos.
funny. Nope.
Those are just wafer.
Just standard two-sided wafer locks. They're they're pretty sad, dude. They really are.
Yeah, you can.
Because I mean, let's see. There we go.
Yeah, and that's what's keeping very dangerous medicine.
Y- Yep.
It's funny the places I find high security locks because that's me walking around. I look at every lock on every door just out of habit and go, yeah, I could pick that. Yeah, I could pick that. Yeah, type of thing too. But like I go into
Yep.
the weirdest places and I'm like, really? Does that need a Medico? Uh, you know, does that really need a multi-lock? Because I think you got taken advantage of,
Yeah. Like jewelry stores.
Yeah,
They got seriously good freaking locks. But then they have plexiglass. The plexiglass display cases. Like,
yeah.
what's the point?
I don't know. Like,
Okay, a lot of jewelry stores use Kenstan brand locks. Kenstan. They are top notch, high security frickin' tubular locks, and I mean top frickin' notch. They are they've got spool pins.
yeah,
Like seriously, they are difficult to pick.
yeah,
Even with an ace pick, you're gonna struggle. That being said, it's on a glass case.
yeah,
So it's like, okay, you got yourself a $90 frickin' cam lock on here that's hardened steel. You can't drill it. Good luck drilling it because because the center of the damn thing is packed with ball bearings.
yeah,
So once you get past the surface, all you're gonna do is grind your bit to nothing trying to get through all those ball bearings. And but what instead of trying to drill it, you just drop the drill on the case. You're
yeah,
in.
yeah. It boggles my mind. There's a jewelry store right across the street, and I go in there for watch parts and shit like that every once in a while. And another place I found those cam locks, the Medico. What was that one you showed me? What's the name of that? I'm drawing a blank.
Which
It's
one?
that cam lock.
What, the one that I say is a super challenge?
Yeah,
Oh, the Fire King?
yeah. I don't think it's a Fire King on there, but it definitely could be. I went into a Walmart in a let's just say a shady side of town, and
Yeah.
just about by now everything is behind plexiglass with those things on it. And I'm like,
Yep.
Medico, really? And as you're
Yeah,
walking
those
down,
are the regular Medico cam locks. Medico cam locks are they're the same lock as the Fire King, but the Fire King is held to a much higher standard. Fire King is a safe.
yeah,
It's those fireproof filing cabinets and stuff.
yeah.
That's what those are. And
You usually find those on
I don't
government
care
farms.
I don't care how good of a picker you are, you're gonna spend some time on that sumbitch.
Yeah,
And it's oh, they're a headache.
and the thing with those are,
I would love a regular freaking Medico cam lock. They're actually rather easy. You can rake them open.
yep,
Because all it is a sidebar. There's no shear line. So you just rake it until it opens. Done. These, you rake it, you're gonna have 6 false sets.
yep.
There's 6 pins in here. This is a 6-pin cam lock.
And they're like
Your
that.
average Medico
They're rated
was
like
up.
that because they are a safe, considered a safe lock. Because safe locks are rated to how much time will it take?
It takes to get into them.
Yeah, and they put those really nice cam locks in Walmart with their plexiglass in front of it, and in each section, as soon as the section ends, you can just reach behind the plexiglass around the corner and grab whatever's in there and pull it out. But they got those on there.
Yeah,
Blows my mind. It really does.
yeah, absolutely.
And I've seen Medico on bubblegum machines. I've seen
Yeah.
van locks on bubblegum machines.
The old payphones, dude.
Yeah.
They all have Medicos.
And I've seen locks on like apartment washing machines that literally
Mhm.
are worth more than the industrial washing machine is. You know,
Yeah.
it,
How
it
about this one, dude? It's a sergeant, okay?
yeah.
This is not a standard sergeant. Take a look at this.
Oh yeah. Nice. I never seen one with a fucking because I really like sergeants too, believe it or not.
This is a Sergeant XC. It's basically the Everest version of a sergeant. Another one that the LPU knows nothing about. These are freaking hard to pick, man, because that little detent there,
Yeah.
as long it takes up the whole space.
Wow.
And the way it works is if you have to push up back here to drop this down. It's a teeter. It's a
Really?
teeter. Yeah. It's right about here that you have to push up on right there. And when you push that up, this drops down. And that's why it's got the 2 slots right there. You
Really?
see right here? Yep, it's right there is where the lever is. And if that slot isn't there right on the key, if that slot isn't there, the key won't even go in it.
Hmm. You
Let
always
me
got
see
so
if
much.
I can. And,
Interesting shit I want to pick at. I've had all kinds of shit, you know?
yeah, and this is a regular keyway, but it's got a special key. It's got a special mechanism in it that makes it so you can't even put a regular key in it.
Sergeant is one of my favorites. The dimple lock, the Sergeant and Queso. Sergeant and
Yep,
Queso, believe it or not,
that would
was my first
be
dimple lock I ever picked.
that's this one right here.
Yep.
It's kind of crunchy.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that's new. This is brand new.
Oh, it's brand new, so it hasn't been worked in yet.
This is how they always sound. It's got 4 sidebars.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's 4-sided lock, 4 sidebars.
I got a Kaba like that with like it's got 4 sides, and man, that little bastard's a pain in the ass. Because it doesn't have a key. I don't know for 100%
Right.
that the lock even works. You know, I hate those. I spend hours and hours and hours, and then come to find out the damn thing doesn't even work.
Now this thing right here, this is an USCAN National. This is gotta be the most precision lock I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah,
This is the key for it.
what the
You see
fuck?
those little tiny little pips going in there?
What the fuck?
You see that?
Yeah,
You see those little grooves there? Okay. If you put a blank in there, it's not gonna open. I don't give a shit how hard you try. If you score this any deeper, it's not gonna open. I don't give a shit how hard you try.
really?
Here's an idea as to how precision it is.
What the hell?
That lock in the pit, it's not coming out.
I got a what is it?
I have never seen a lock this precision because if you put a sergeant with that much variance in it, you're gonna get it open just by wiggling the key.
Yeah,
But this
you can.
This, you barely touch it with the file in those 2 little spots right there, 1 and 2, and that's how you get it open.
That's crazy.
That's how precision this thing is. This is a medical cart lock. One of those rolling medical carts that you see in the hospitals
Yeah,
with all the really good drugs in them.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Like my favorite Dilaudid.
That's
Last time they gave it when I broke my
Yeah.
back,
Oh.
I went out and talked to cows. They brought me back, and everybody was tired from being at the hospital with me all night. They weren't supposed to send me home because I had a a brain injury and a broken back, but they sent me home,
Oof.
and I should have sued, but yeah, everybody dozed off, and I laid down in the chair and got up, and they found me in the morning wandering in the cow pasture talking to the cows.
My first wife, I made her cry when I was on Dilaudid. I had my appendix ruptured
Ooh.
and I was bedridden and laying in bed and I'm just and they gave me a prescription for it and I popped 2 pills like it said on the bottle and then she started and she was trying to be trying to cheer me up and everything, putting on a show for me, doing a belly dance thing, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then and then the pills kicked in, and I swear to God, she turned into the Purdue chicken, and and I was watching the Purdue chicken dance in front of me, and I just started laughing my ass off, and she cried and ran. Oh my god. Dude, I never lived that one down.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. She's still mad about it to this day.
Oh, yes, she is. Yes, she is. And that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, we're at an hour and 15 minutes on this one. I think we'll cut it off here. I mean, we'll probably still talk after this, but I'm gonna let these
Yeah.
guys go. And thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for my special guest, Mr. Inferno here. Enjoyed every minute of it. And when you see him out in the community, say hi, ask him a question. I go to him to figure out what the hell I'm doing or when I'm tied up and frustrated. Truly thank you for coming on. Um, and we will all see you next time.